Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to cover a dummy with fondant. This is the fondant I'll be using for this purpose, and this fondant was made by me. It's not store-bought. So I have a video on how to make fondant at home or by yourself. Please check the eye icon or the description box below. This is how flexible my fondant is. So lush, so beautiful. So I'm going to start by kneading this fondant to a very smooth consistency. Then after kneading it properly, I'm going to roll it out. Please, before rolling, ensure you dust your surface with icing sugar. This is to prevent it from sticking to your surface. And also dust your rolling pin with icing sugar, cornstarch, or whatever you're using. I'm going to keep rolling until my fondant is big enough to cover my dummy or my cake, as the case may be. At intervals, I will try as much as possible to move it from under so as to prevent it from sticking to the surface. Now I'm going to set this aside and measure my dummy. Could be cake for you, but in this case I'm using a dummy. The same rule applies. So I'm going to measure the side, the top, and the other side. In total I have 20 inches. The top is 6 inches, then 4 by the side, so I have 20. So by the time I measure my fondant both ways, if it's not up to 20, I'm going to keep rolling until I have 20 inches. Try as much as possible not to roll your fondant too thin, because at this stage, if it becomes too thin, it will be so difficult to cover your cake or dummy because it starts tearing up. If you're new to my channel, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I love you. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that, and check out my other videos. You would really love my channel if you check out the kind of videos I make. Please show me some love by liking this video. I do this at intervals so my fondant does not stick to my surface. Because I'm covering a dummy, in this case I'm going to be using shortening. I'm going to rub shortening all over my fondant. Shortening sticks well to dummy instead of frosting your dummy with buttercream. And the reason why I use shortening is because I don't want my dummy to start decaying over time from using buttercream to frost it first before covering with my fondant. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So because I don't want this lovely looking dummy here to spoil, I use shortening. At least that one, when I peel it off, it's still intact. It doesn't change color to brown. I can use it over and over again. So that's basically how I cover my dummy. There are different methods of doing this. So because I have used shortening on it, I'm just going to use my rolling pin to pick it up, although that's the normal rule, but I'm going to be careful enough not to touch the shortening part. So I haven't secured my dummy to the board. That's because I'm still going to turn it upside down. So I'm going to manage to cover it like that. As you can see the way I dumped it on top. Oh my god. So at this stage, I'm going to start by smoothing the top. Make it very smooth. If you notice, I'm not using my fingers, I'm using my palm. So that's to prevent it from having any fingerprint or indentation of any sort. And you can go ahead and use your smoother to do this. After smoothing the top, I'm going to start smoothing the side. As you can see, the wavy look over time. This might be difficult the first time, but over time, when you do it over and over again, it's easy for you to actually smoothen the sides of your cake. And if you are smoothing the sides of your cake, the fondant keeps expanding and expanding. So if your fondant is expanding, the shortening part is expanding too, so it might not have shortening that much. So by the time you are done smoothing the side, you have to go back and rub some shortening inside again so that it would stick to the dummy as a result of it expanding. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Just nod your head wherever you are. So when I'm done smoothing the side, this is what it should look like. You can see what I was trying to explain. That end part of it, there's no shortening anymore because it has expanded. But don't worry about that. I would address that later in the video. I'm just going to cut the top off, and this is where the real work starts, because I want this dummy to have a sharp edge. This is one method of doing the sharp edge method, but I don't find it very interesting. So this is what I do. I turn it upside down, then I start smoothing. When smoothing, you need to face the straight part to the ground. Curvy side should be up and the straight part should be down. You're pushing down the fondant so that you can eliminate that space under there, and the tip would touch the black board. Because you're pushing it down, it's going to give you a very sharp edge. I'm going to show you later on in the video what I'm trying to explain here. As you can see, there's a shadow on the right side. Meanwhile, I'm actually already eliminating the shadow on the left side. So that would give you a perfect sharp edge. Don't worry about any rough edges. You would address that later on. But at this point, you are trying to get a sharp edge. So just focus on the sharp edge. Later on, you can focus on getting a smooth fondant. If you are enjoying this video, please like, share and subscribe. To prevent your smoother from being sticky, always dab it on the icing sugar or your cornstarch. As you can see, the left side is very sharp and the right is not so sharp. That's what this method does for you. I've already secured the down part with shortening, but this one did not stick, so I'm going to add more shortening, and you can see how perfectly it just stuck to the dummy. So that's how you're going to do it. At the end of the day, it would hold perfectly. Nobody would know. This is a typical definition of they're not going to know. So this is the sharp edge. If you're not okay with your sharp edge, you can continue. You can even do it to the down part. This is how sharp it is. It's so sharp right now. I don't know if you can see it like I can see it where I am, but it's so sharp. And if you're not okay with any part of it, you can continue until you get the perfect look, until you get what you're actually looking for. Don't stop. So that's how to cover your cake in that's how to cover your dummy in fondant. Now that you have a sharp edge, you can continue by smoothing the sides and making it very smooth as you want. But this is how you get the sharp edge. Now I'm going to secure it to my board with a sellotape. This sellotape, I'm just going to turn it the other way around, so the gluey part will turn upside down. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. The gluey side up, and I'm going to put my dummy on it, and this is the end result. And this is looking so fine. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Do have a lovely day. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye for now. Mwah.